Hey, what's up guys? Houston here. And for those of you just finding my YouTube channel, welcome. Please remember to hit that subscribe button and that bell. Now, for those of you that's been following me and supporting me, salute. And for my faithful patrons, double salute. Now, today's video, we're actually talking about the best debit cards to help build credit. And the reason is a lot of people use their debit cards all the time, but they have bad credit. Well, we're actually going to show you the debit card that you should be using to help you build your credit. Now, the first one is the Extra Debit Card. I continue telling you guys about this, and I know for some of you guys, you say your financial institution may not work with them, but I got a solution for that, so hang on. Now, here's the thing about the Extra Debit Card, credit card, okay? There's no credit checks. There's no fee for loading up the card. You build your credit history by making your debit card transactions. And at the end of the month, they'll report you all your transactions to the credit bureau, okay? And it only allows you to spend what you actually have in the account. And so that way you don't acquire some of those overdraft fees, right? Now, that's very important because a lot of people get the overdraft fees, and then that also, they would leave that bank and go to another bank, then they end up in check system. So this here card is trying to prevent you from doing that, okay? Now, here's the things that you need. You need your full name, your date of birth, your physical address, your social or your ITIN, and your routing number for your checking and savings account. Okay, because it's attached to your debit card and all your banking transactions. But again, it's a trade line that's going to show up on your personal credit, which will help boost up your credit score. Now, here's another company, Chime. Now, Chime, a lot of people are using them. To me, they're okay, but I'm not a real big fan of Chime, and I'll explain to that. I'll show you the difference in a minute. Now, there's no minimum to open up an account, no monthly fees. You also can receive your paycheck up to 2 days early, all right? And so with your debit card, when you make a debit card purchase and stuff, they take the change and put it into a savings account. Now, they will let you do an overdraft up to $200 through SpotMe if you qualify for it, okay? And it still helps you build up your credit. Now, here's one a lot of people are not even familiar with. It's One Account, aka One Financial, okay? And they're just like, I would compare them to the Extra card. So I would use both of these. And there's no minimum to open up the account, no monthly fees. Use the debit card also as your overdraft protection. You can receive your paycheck up to 2 days early with this account. Use your debit card again. Sorry, I put that in twice as overdraft protection, but it also helps you build your credit. This is something that a lot of us in the community, we may be in check systems and it's hard for us to get a bank account, or we're trying to build up our credit and stuff, and we're constantly using our debit card, but we are not actually attaching it to nothing that's going to actually help us build up our bank accounts, build up our credit. So these accounts are the ones that you actually want to look to. Now, here's something that I want you guys to pay attention to. Now, this is Sable. This Sable is not a debit card. It's a secured credit card that turns into an unsecured credit card. But the reason that I have this here, check this out, is no credit check. So you don't have to have a social or credit history. And it's unsecured in 4 months. And the maximum amount of money you can put on this is $10,000. So for those of you that have a lot of money, that want a large trade line on your personal credit, that's a primary, this is the card you want to have. This is the card that you actually want to leverage. So in terms of building that strategy to make sure that you get your credit score up at the 700 plus score, then doing these things that are in this video is definitely the best strategy you want to leverage, okay? They don't charge any annual fees. Plus, you could transfer money from your PayPal, Venmo, or Zelle onto the card. But again, after 4 months, they actually unsecured a card. So that's leverage. Now, I'm bringing up these here. I got a few banks that I'm talking about because these banks will definitely be able to help you to build up your credit much faster. Now we're talking about Andrews Federal Credit Union. It's a black-owned institution, which really doesn't matter if you're just trying to find a bank that's going to treat you right? The minimum to open up an account is $5 with them. The reason I like them because they offer bank accounts. And my reason I continue to tell you guys, it's all about the relationship, because you not only just want to get your credit score up in the 700s, but you want to be able to have access to credit cards and lines of credit going from $5,000, $10,000, $25,000 lines of credit. So leveraging not only the business credit as well as the personal credit, okay? To be able to have that capital to do other investments. You may want to try to buy into cryptocurrency. You may want to try to buy a few cards on Toro, or you may be trying to invest in real estate. So being able to have that right relationship and approaching them with a strong credit score is definitely that leverage you're going to have. All right. So there's no monthly fees that they charge. You can receive your paycheck with them 1 day early. And again, I talk about the internal credit scoring. For those of you who don't know about internal credit scoring with the credit unions, put a comment below and I'll send you the video for that. Now, they have overdraft protection through your savings as well as a line of credit. If I were you guys, I probably would open up an account with them and get the line of credit. And the reason is because that's a trade line on that's a primary trade line on your personal credit as well. Okay, so I'm always trying to look out for you. Also, in terms of not only just credit cards, you also want to consider doing like if you have challenging credit, doing a pledge loan and stuff like that. Like I have videos talking about the best, not only the best pledge loans, I go break down actually about Navy Federal pledge loan. There's other creditors out there as well as Andrews that offer personal loans and stuff like that, secured personal loans also. All right, so there's no annual fees for this. Now, here's another thing. You do not have to have perfect credit for, you see this titanium rewards Visa signature card? If you're able to approach them with at least a 680 credit score, 680, 690 credit score, guess what? You can get that $5,000 credit card. So you don't have to have perfect credit. As a matter of fact, that credit card goes anywhere from $5,000 up to $50,000. So now you see, in terms of you don't have to have perfect credit, but actually building a relationship and building up that credit definitely helps you be able to get those large lines of credit. Now, here's the thing about it. They only operate in DC, Maryland, New Jersey, Virginia, and Washington, right? But you can become a member anywhere in the country. They have the American Consumer Council that you can join. And when you join them, then you can become a member with this Andrews Federal Credit Union. Now, Capital One. In terms of Capital One, the reason that Capital One, I do like them, one is that if you have challenging credit and stuff, like say that you have a 580 credit score and stuff, it's still possible for you to get an unsecured credit card with them, okay? But not only that, they offer unsecured business credit cards with a 580 credit score as well. Now, one of the things I keep telling you guys about Capital One, if you had an account that went bad on the personal side, that does not eliminate you from getting a credit card on the business side. Okay, so opening up a checking account with them is definitely one of those things to help start building that relationship. Now, Navy Federal, a lot of you all know I really focus on Navy Federal, and the reason is because Navy Federal, they have an internal scoring. And again, if you want to see that video, put a comment below. But that internal scoring goes from 100 to 450, right? But understanding you have to become a member. So those of you that still trying to figure out how to become a member of Navy Federal, I do have a video that may be able to help you. So put a comment below, say, hey, Houston, can I see that video? Now, once you become a member, to open up a checking account, I always tell people, build a relationship, open up the checking and savings, and possibly if you're trying to start a business, open up that business account. If you don't know how to properly set your business up, then click the link below and check out HoustonMcMiller.net to schedule a one-on-one consultation for that, or three-way funding. Now, going back to this Navy Federal thing, because they have business bank accounts as well. So average, most people, when they open up the business bank account, and with the personal account and stuff like that, now that internal score is high, right? And so we have people that actually with a 530 credit score that have received $25,000 credit cards with Navy Federal. Again, off of their internal score. So the FICO score was not that good. And also they use FICO 9. Okay. And so I'll explain more about that. But the thing about it is they had a 530 FICO score, but the internal score was high. And so that's the reason they managed to get the $5, $10, $15, $25,000 credit cards. All right. On the checking account is no monthly fees. Receive direct deposit one day before payday. They offer 3 ways of overdraft protection. So that way you don't incur those fees. You have your savings account, your line of credit. Again, that's what I keep telling you. Go after that line of credit so that can report as a trade line to help you boost up your credit score, and that overdraft protection service as well. All right, no annual fees and other fees, and again, that internal scoring. Now, here's the breakdown in terms of trying to get that extra 25 to 100 points to boost your credit score up. You can use Grow Credit and Perch. These are 2 companies that are kind of similar, because if you have subscriptions like Netflix, Hulu, Spotify, Apple Music, they'll report those as trade lines on your credit. Now, here's another thing. With Perch, they will report up to 6 months of rent on your credit as well. Now, you also can do the pledge loans, aka credit builder loans. I always tell people, if I were you, I would actually go through the credit unions to actually do these loans, all right? Because you'll be able to get access to more funding that way. You also can add the authorized users. Again, we talked about the Extra Credit Card app. And then again, if you're paying rent and it's not showing up on your credit, all right, then you can use Boom Pay and Rental Karma, and those companies will report your rent, so that it actually will help you qualify if you're trying to get a mortgage through FHA. These companies, by reporting your rent, this will also help you qualify to get that mortgage as well. All right. Now, for those of you that may have other questions about personal credit, business credit, click the link below and check out either HoustonMcMiller.net or three-way funding schedule one-on-one consultation. Thank you.